benne van mind.
Nézzük. Nincs mit kint.
Google nincs meg.
Google, ezt mindjárt szedem, jó? Mi kell még beszélni?
Google nincs, Telekom sincs benne.
Jó, Google Telekom.
Van Tesco, van. Google Tesco.
Google meg nem döntött, de mindjárt jönnek jó. Telekomot hozom.
Hey there.
How are you? I
Fine.
imagine you're very busy.
Do you do the awards, the pricing? Okay.
Is that all happening now?
Yeah. So you will be 1, 2, 3. You will be the third one.
Okay. And you have our scores and everything already?
Yeah. So the other winner, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Szia, hogy vagy?
Kösz.
Ide bármit beírhatok?
Thank you so much.
Kb. A hetedikek lesznek Finlandworks után. Jó?
Mutasd a szlájdjait.
Finlandworks Marian, utána pénz.
Ugyan.
Jó, oké.
you.
So, hello everyone. Actually, we also have had a small hackathon challenge throughout the weekend. We wanted to show you this video in the opening ceremony, but we couldn't, but we figured it out throughout the weekend. So, huge round of applause to the team, to the tech guys. So we know that all of you are really tired, so we'd like to keep it short again, just like we did last time. But as I look around, we just see so many smiling faces. We really hope that you enjoyed yourselves throughout the weekend. Did you like it, guys? Yeah. So how did you like it? Actually, the three main reasons we told you during the opening ceremony that you can do at a hackathon is like meeting new people, having fun, learning new things, talking to the partners. So raise your voice if you could meet some new people around here. Did you learn some new technologies? Not really? I heard some rumors. So you enjoyed yourselves, hopefully. So we'd like to jump into the pricing ceremony. All of you are here for this one. But before we do so, we'd like to thank all of our partners because it wouldn't be possible without them. Just as you did, you worked throughout the weekend. They prepared for months for these challenges that they provided to you. So thank you to all the partners. It was a great pleasure to work with you. So how the partner award ceremony will work, each partner will come on stage. They will evaluate the hackathon just in general, what was their feelings, what they liked the most about talking to you guys. After then, they will announce the winners of their challenges. We will ask each winning team to come on stage and they will do the presentation. We have a few partners where there are more prizes than just one. So each team will come on stage. We will give them a huge round of applause, but only the winner will have the chance to present their solutions. So we'd like to give you the chance to see all the winning challenges so you can take a look at them. So the first partner, our main sponsor for this year is Google. So please give it up for Google and let's hear their evaluation.
Thank you. Hi guys. So it was the first time here. We had a lot of fun. It was really great to see like all the solutions that were given to our challenge. They were all really creative, and it really made us really difficult to decide, you know, which one we thought was the best. But we had to come to a decision in the end. So the solution we chose utilized the cloud pipeline really well, and it had 3 different ways of displaying the data. So we were really impressed by that. And they also thought about scalability, which, being Google, is quite an important thing. So the name of the winning team is Don't Drink and Root. Give it up to them.
Köszönjük szépen. Thanks. Köszönjük. Thank you very much. We need one more. One moment. Thank you.
And another one, and
Group shot. Group shot.
With us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at me and big smile, please. Thanks. Presentation. Yeah.
Majd egy mikrofon nektek, 3 percetek van, 2 kérdés lesz majd a végén. Jó. Úgyhogy bármelyik ötök.
Zseniális.
Mehetsz.
Okay, thank you very much. So we are Don't Drink and Root. Almost forgot our team name for a second there. And we've approached tracking animal data and visualizing it in a scalable way. Basically, we chose 3 types of visualizations. First one you'll see right here. Are lines, basically movement paths of animals. And we have a ton of animal data we have collected from open source scientific journals. For example, you can see Stark data right here from 2013 to 2014. And we'd also like to animate their flight paths. Okay, it takes a moment because only these Stark data are around 1.5 million rows. And that is why we've built a scalable solution through Google Cloud and Google IoT Core. Thank you very much. Thank you. The baseline of it is we only deal with sensor data. Right now it's historical sensor data, but real sensor data can be inputted right now if we have some. Our second type of visualization are heat maps. For example, we have some warblers near the US. And as you can see, it outputs the heat maps correctly. And our third type are territory-based, which are basically the enclosed space where any animal of the tracked animals went. Oh shit. So, for example, we have some shear waters in the UK for that. And while it loads, there you can see it. So these are huge amounts of data. And through scalability, we have done 2 things basically. One is pre-processing on the back end, which are some big data Python basically solution. And on the front end as well, we do a lot of optimization to visualize it in a quick way. And yeah, basically that's the gist of what we've done in these 2 days. And well, thank you very much for the Google people for choosing us.
Amazing work, guys. So we have time for 2 questions from the audience. Does anyone have a question? Just shout it out. Anyone?
Mostly native JavaScript.
Any other questions? I don't see any hands, so thank you guys and huge round of applause again. Take your laptops.
Shit.
Okay, so it won't be that easy. So the next partner up is Telecom. Please give them up, give a round of applause to them, and let's hear their solutions.
Hello guys, I'm Esther from Magyar Telekom, and at very first I have to admit, maybe it's a shame and I'm just gonna drop some of my reputation points, that until now I didn't hear about JunctionX. However, after these 2 days I'm very proud that the first time I heard of it we were the host for this event. And I was very surprised just about the sheer amount of participants arrived on Friday at Magyar Telekom. I was also genuinely surprised and very happy about the team names, of course. And the effort of the teams to ask from Magyar Telekom guys, not just me, but the other guys as well, what are our problems with our office building? What problems you should resolve during this challenge? So I felt that you really would like to deliver some values to us, not just hacking, but deliver value to the customer. I think that's the most important thing during these events and during the world of informatics and technology. Okay, so the winners. It was very hard to choose a winner, of course. The factors we were looking for in teams and, of course, their performances, let's say. Of course, scalability, as just Google mentioned, it is also very important for Magyar Telekom. Reusability and working product. We strongly believe in agile, so working product over everything else is very important for us. Another important factor was to provide solution for real-life problems. Of course, we have many problems. We have smaller problems, bigger problems, but the winner team was able to mixing the social problems of such a big company and the professional problems of such a big company. So the winning team is Cafe over Spaghetti. Please. Come, guys. And we, as I mentioned, it was very hard to choose from the solutions. We have a special award in the field of technology to another team. And this team is Bits Please. Please, come as well. Unfortunately, I have only 5 papers. This is for the winning team, but Bits Please. Please be aware that I know that there is no physical evidence that you've been awarded, but please contact us at the booth and we will discuss your prize, of course, and everything else. So, thank you, guys.
So what you haven't heard is the actual prize that the Telecom winners just won. So they will have a free ticket to the Urban Future Conference in Lisbon. So it's pretty good. Do you have your laptops with you so you can do the presentation? Sorry. All of you, all the team members. Yeah, sure. Bármi. Ez az. De az nem fog működni. Akkor rakjátok is. Kihúzod egyszer. Nézd, majd a másik mikrofon tudod használni. Aha, hozzad. És mit mondtál? A másik mikrofon.
Hello. All right. So, hi everyone, I'm Daniel, and let me show you our application, our idea. So, we came up with the name Magenta for the Telecom Challenge, and basically what we were trying to do is to mix social, community, and making events and the professional parts of managing such a big company or office or building. So let me get to the main part. Firstly, for new users, we have a personality test, which will categorize them, and that will be displayed in their profile. And also we have, our users can add their tech stack, and they can add activities they like to do. And it's important because, as I said, there are many events in the app which we can participate in. And this is the profile page, which you can see the profile layout. You can see the team members of the individual here, and you can manage the teams here, search by skills if you want to add another member, and yeah, basically manage the team, and also get information about the person itself, his skills, his activity, and also his goals, which is kind of like an achievement stuff in the application. So here you can see the dashboard, which has your events at the bottom side, and other actualities and suggestions at the top, which is yeah, like find a buddy for yourself, which I will mention here. And it's about, if you're new in the company, you can find other people who have the same interests, and you can meet them, go for a coffee or stuff like that. And also you can do a game like this one, which is Adventure, where you get a picture and you have to find it in the office. So you have to walk around and find the location of the picture. Okay, so here we can see the activities, and I have to speed it up. So yeah, there are a lot of activities which can be rapid activities like grabbing a coffee, or bigger activities as well. And yeah, the back end of our application is basically this briefly. So yeah, this is the structure of it. And I actually reached 3 minutes, so thank you for your attention.
So any questions from the audience? Anyone? No one?
Excuse me, could you repeat it, please? Well, most of it was mocked data, if I understand the question right.
So the question was, how much of the application is actually working, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, most of it was mocked, and unfortunately we couldn't really integrate the backend. So it was like mostly two MVP applications, one for the application itself, for the UI, and one for the backend. So we could try out if it can work or not.
Any other questions? No other questions? I might have one. Have you already decided when you're going to work on the project, when you go on with it?
Well, we have to discuss a lot of things now, so.
You know, we're in telecoms.
All right.
Okay, raise it up for the guys. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so the next partner up is Tesco Technology. All right.
Test.
Hello, everyone. First off, can we have a big round of applause for JunctionX and Tech Embassy, please, for all the hard work? Well done. Look at him. He's blushing. We made him blush. Right. So my name is Frederick, head of group engineering for Central Europe. So that's a Polish engineering center here in Budapest. You know, Tesco Technology, we go to a lot of hackathons, and we have 3,500 engineers working for us, and we're all over the world. And one of the things I'd have to say is that this has been one of the best hackathons I have ever been to. So the energy is amazing. Yeah, give yourselves a round of applause. Yes? Okay. Amazing. Well, listen, we're all about the sustainable initiatives, and today's challenge was all about that. It's fairly typical of some of the challenges we face as a massive organization, and it really matters. And we want to thank all the teams today for coming out to help us with that. So I'll hand off to our head of product who's responsible for waste, or has been historically.
Hello. So yeah, first of all, massive thank you for all those teams that wanted to take part, and then ultimately the teams that dedicated the last 2 days to solving this. We saw some brilliant ideas, and actually, most importantly, we saw some people looking at this problem in a way that I have never experienced before. And I think that is a credit to the creativity that you've got. Ultimately, though, there were 3 teams that were insanely close, insanely close. And the winning team that pitched them just ever so slightly for a mixture of a fantastic demo, simple UX, and a scalable solution, please give it up for Big Red.
The amazing thing is, it was 2 people.
Awesome. Well done.
So just unplug this one.
Okay, so hi everyone, I'm Nicole. This is my partner, Robert. We're super good friends and an army of 2 people. Together, we are the Big Red. And we are working through technical stuff. But yeah, until this is fixed, let me tell you a bit about our motivation and why we chose this challenge. We thought that in the context of a third of world's food being wasted, and also in the context of the great technological power we have that brought all of us here, we thought that we could help Tesco maybe solve this in Central Europe as well. So our solution is a mobile app that we will very soon demo to you, hopefully without crashing. It is called Save the Meal, and it is just a platform that should bring together Tesco supermarkets that have food to donate and nearby NGOs that could use that food for charity. So this is the app. First of all, wait, don't hurry. So we have thought of this on 3 levels. So first of all, this app should be used by people working in Tesco supermarkets. So at the end of the day, they will scan everything that could be donated and upload it on the platform. Then second of all, it can be used by charities that will take that food and use it for good. And third of all, we thought we might involve the community as well, because what's better than a really good initiative is an initiative that that engages the full community. So we will start by, oh, he forgot the oats. So we were actually 3 people, 3 entities in this team, me, Robert, and this box of oats. We've been carrying this around us for the whole hackathon. We're going to be using it. Okay, so let's see. First of all, let's look at the shop, at the person working in the store, right? It's late at night, it's the end of the day, a lot of products have gone unsold, and now what they have to do is scan all of them, maybe a lot of them, and just upload them on the platform so the charities can take them from there. But you know, they're tired, they don't really want to scan Like, they don't want to enter manually all that stuff. So what we did by this screen that you can see here is we tried to make it as easy as possible by using Google Vision. So the person can scan the barcodes with their camera. This is what Robert is doing right now. He just scanned the barcode, and now he is scanning the date as well. Okay, yeah, it worked. This is really nice. If it happens not to be working, they can be inputted manually. Now, the person working in the store chooses the category, and yeah, you chose bakery. It's fine, it's fine. Okay, and now as you can see, we communicate with the Tesco API, and through that, by having the barcode, we get the name of the product, which is right there. So we have the product, and now we continue on scanning and whatever, but because we don't really have time, let's just check out. Let's say we've scanned everything. Perfect, it was added. Now this is everything on the store side. Let's see how the charities get to the products. Charity with an A. Okay. Yeah, it happens. This was expected behavior. He's gonna open it again. Okay, let me show. Yeah. Okay, this is it. It's gonna work now. Everything is working as planned. Also part of the plan. Okay, now the charities also using the Tesco API. What we're seeing now is actually the closest Tesco stores to our current location. If we want them to see them, if we want to see them more nicely, we also integrated the Google Maps API. So by clicking on Find Shops, okay, we're the blue thing there, and now we have the closest shop. Robert, let's see. Yeah, let's see what the shop has to offer for us. So we have multiple categories. Let's just look at all the products. Okay, the server hasn't even crashed. Everything is working. It's just amazing. So we have all the products here, all the available products. Let's get some bananas to make some banana bread. Okay, how many? Just choose something. Let's say, yeah, 2 bananas. Okay, 0 bananas now. And now if you, okay. We have all the bananas right now. This is from all the demos, all the products we've requested before. So the thing is the NGO can see both the available products and the products it has already requested. This is all for charities. This is, I think this is all. Okay, and now, as you can see, it's really easy. We just wanted them to communicate and the food to be sent. Now, the third part is actually the volunteer part. So we thought, okay, if we're doing it, we might as well just go all in. Why not have the food delivered to the charities, so they don't have to come pick them up? Maybe they are understaffed or they just don't have time. Okay, so yeah, the volunteer can see all the pending deliveries, and they can choose to deliver the food from point A to point B and volunteer. So finally, in this way, we showed you the full cycle, and we've involved the full community. Thank you.
Don't even know what to ask. It was pretty cool, guys. Anyone has any questions? Raise hands, shout it out. No questions? There's one.
Was it only you coding? Both of us.
I just like speaking more, so he let me.
Okay, good job, guys. Thank you. Take the oaths. No. Would you like to mention the prices?
They will each be winning a virtual reality headset.
Oh shit.
You didn't say anything. So next up it's Nokia.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. First of all, we would like to also say thank you for the organizers of the event, and also a big thank you, for the participants. So, thumbs up. Just maybe a little bit of a reminder. Our challenge was that Lego train, and the teams actually had to provide a solution to avoid obstacles. So basically, make 3 rounds on this artificial track with this Lego train without hitting any Lego man. And the winning team was able to complete this only with 2 crashes. So this number is quite low, trust me. And by the way, they were actually the second fastest, completing the track. It was the second fastest, but they had also a pretty nice technological solution for the problem. So they got the most points from our jury, and the name of the winning team is Mad Idea.
Maybe there's a small misspelling, but it's Mad Idea for sure. It's close.
Probably, yes. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
And congratulations.
Yeah.
Us. Congratulations. You can take your prizes.
Can I get the HDMI?
Valahogy tudunk csinálni valamit, ez a kurva sokáig dobtok se.
Most már nem.
Megpróbáltam de
Hello. Yes, first of all, thank you. Then I'd like to mention that we won't be doing a fancy live demo because the train is in another room. So we'll show some pre-recorded video and how our neural network works on it if you want that. And here's to the presentation. So what we did was training the train to track the track. Specifically, the exact goal. Wait. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. The exact goal was to control the train, which was moving over the Lego tracks, and don't hit the Lego figures like this one. You see the. First of all, and the main thing was the stream of the camera, and we are not the computer vision engineers. So we tried a number of different approaches. The first 2 were not really working, the YOLO one and the feature point tracking, because as you can see, the background was really volatile because the camera was attached to a moving train. And it's the view from the cabin of the train. And also there were some lags and low resolution problems and so on. And after that, we decided to fine-tune a ResNet 50 using a data set of the recorded videos by ourselves. And here's the result. Yeah. So for example, these are the 3 frames from the videos which weren't used in the training set. They were provided by the organizers later. We didn't record them. And here we have a frame with a bit blurry Lego figure right there. A free track, but with a excavator right here, but it wasn't moving. And a track with an excavator which was moving and it was about to cross the track. So it was a 3-class classification. Naturally, the clean road, the excavator, and the Lego figure. And as you can see, it behaved quite good. For example, even here, we had the excavator probability was slightly increased because of that large orange blur there. But it was good. Yeah, these are the probabilities of the that this image belongs to this class. And after that, the 2 of these classes, namely the man and excavator, sorry, man or whatever, were considered as dangerous. And if several sequence frames were considered as dangerous, we asked the train to stop via the API. Then we waited for the obstacle to remove itself or for some kind of timeout. And then we will accelerate the train back. Okay, so this is the principal scheme of the whole setup. So we have a camera inside a moving train and some motion detector here. By using these motion detectors, we were able to know where we are on the track exactly. And also these detectors were used to trigger the appearance of the Lego figures, because that was a bit random, and yeah. Then we passed the video stream from the camera through the network, and we controlled the train through the train API. Next. Yeah, so to the results. In the end, the validation set detection accuracy was pretty high, about 90%. And also, to achieve that, we labeled quite a lot of video frames by hand. It was about 10 minutes of video stream recorded, which resulted in about 15K video frames. And overall, we have a nice working AI-powered solution to operate a Lego train. Wow, that's great. What can we do after that? Well, obviously, we can refine the network. Or maybe add some more types of obstacles. For example, any arbitrary object, other Lego things, and so on. And one thing I forgot to mention, the train had a buzzer, but we didn't use that. But probably it is possible to tweak it a bit and play some rock and roll tune while the train is moving. So that adds some fun. Or just buzz when the train sees some person in front of it. Yeah, so thank you, and be careful by crossing the railway tracks, please. Yeah, now if like we can demo that, but it will be in console mode, and is that okay? Yeah, okay, sure. Then it's on another laptop. Yeah, so I think you can ask some questions while we're waiting for the laptop change.
Okay.
Yeah. Just by, we didn't label them by any, we just classified if the image contained any sort of obstacle or not. So we just split them into 3 folders, and we didn't do any fancy rectangle thing with some, stuff like that. Almost done. So yeah, we also...
As today's kind of data scientist, I may explain what's happening on the screen. We have to debug without having actual access to the Lego train. We had to make a kind of mock server for the API. So here it is. It's not really, yeah. Sorry, I have to. Yeah, so here's the video stream, and in the console you can see some danger log events when we are about to hit somebody. Just wait for it. We're about to hit, I'm sure. Yeah, get ready, get ready. Yeah, it was a video stream recorded before we actually labeled anything, so we spent some time and just hitting Lego figures, having fun, and yeah.
Yeah, and don't close it, please. Here we have some messages, like Cam sees something dangerous stopping, and it appears like when it has some Lego figure there, maybe. No, not this time. Okay, but at this moment, we send the message to the train API. We would send if the train was real. But we send it to the mock server, and the mock server responds with some kind of mocking stuff. But we would actually stop the train at the moment where this message appeared. And it worked when we tried it during the demo.
Okay, so thank you very much once again. So take your prize, please. The prize is actually a Raspberry Pi 4 with some neural compute sticks, so you can continue working on the solution if you wish when you're traveling home. Thank you very much again.
Okay. So next up, it's Microsoft.
Just really quick, want to remind you, the hacking doesn't actually end tonight, because you can all continue hacking on these projects or something else if you want to, if you go to imaginecup.com, and you can win $100,000. Just submit by December 15th. You can totally change the project anytime, actually, until now in December 15th, so why not register like now, today, soon, and change it, you know, when your ideas change. Just, it's a pretty cool competition, and you get to compete with teams globally and even potentially fly to the headquarters in Seattle as well. So.
Great. And now to the project we chose. So the team did really great presentation. They showed us a demo as well. They used a variety of Azure services, and what we like the most about the project is that everyone in this room can actually use the solution for our next technical interview. So the winner is English voice bot, I guess. I hope I didn't miss the one more. Yeah, voice chat.
Can we make photos with you? Sure.
Photos? I thought you will do the presentation first.
Oh.
Do demo, and then we'll do yes.
Do demo.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have sound as well?
Maybe.
You can hold the microphone by the next to the laptop.
It should have sound, but give it a try.
Whoops. Phone break it. Okay. I'll try.
Are you gonna look the presentation up?
Just start with. Okay.
Do what, sir?
Test something out, whether you have sound or whether you have to hold the mic. Or are you gonna hold the mic?
Okay, we do. Okay, cool. So,
Yo. So this is kind of our vision. We hope that our project will help you to not fall victim to this ever-increasing stress in our industry, the pressure on performing well when we are going for our dream jobs. Okay? Ben has a real-life story, which he will use to motivate our example.
Yeah, so hi there, my name's Ben, and I used to live in Spain, and I had a friend who was applying for a technical job, and she aced all the exams. You know, she was really good at Python and everything like that. But unfortunately, she couldn't get her dream job because of her English skills. And she didn't have enough time to hire and organize an English tutor. She didn't have the money either. She went to YouTube. She just found like universal tips that weren't that practical. She checked online just universal generic phrases, which most interviewers can spot a mile off. So what we thought would be a really good solution to this type of problem is that you can connect your LinkedIn profile and then generate an audible like sample or soundbite that you can use to practice and to guide yourself when you're doing your interview. So if you get that tricky question of, tell me about yourself, well, with our service, you can just connect it to your LinkedIn account and it'll pull all the data from there and then organize it in a way that you could use it for your own interview.
Okay, so let's get into some action. Okay, so this is my LinkedIn profile, yeah. I'm gonna use myself as an example. So, warning, so we have like some heavy lifting functions underneath, and the output is kind of random. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not that good, so we'll see.
Yeah, we did this on purpose, so it's like different variations, just so it's sort of like not copy-paste and to escape from this sort of like universal thing. So each time it produces a different output.
Yeah. So now we're waiting. So yeah, how's it going? Anyways.
6 years ago.
So now it spit out so now it went through my LinkedIn, yeah, fetched the data, extracted some keywords, put some fancy Azure services on top of it, blah, blah, blah. And now we have text and we transcribed it for you as well. So you can like listen to it and practice it. So my idea is to let's listen to it and go over my LinkedIn profile and like see how off it is or maybe it's precise. Let's see.
And then I will describe where I'm working at the moment. If my memory serves me well, love of mathematics and computer science really started to develop. Back in around 2013, I started working at Sater IT as a .NET developer. I was there for roughly a year. I think my best achievement or proudest moment at this place was bachelor's degree. I enjoyed it and learned quite a lot, but I eventually decided to change to software engineer intern. In the new position, I think around 2018, I really strengthened my knowledge of Amazon Transportation Network, Excel, and AWS. I stayed there for about a year. Although it was a valuable experience, I went for a promotion and got it. This brings me to my current position of software engineer at Amazon. I have been working here for about a few months. I will have to say my strongest skill is mathematics, followed by programming and public speaking. Regarding interpersonal skills, I think statistics is most likely the one I feel is my best.
So yeah, there's a few kinks that need to be ironed out, but the way we did it, we had a template, and that template, well, first of all, we got the data from the LinkedIn profile, and we pushed it through the Microsoft software, like
APIs.
Cognitive services, wasn't it? Yeah, and then text analysis, and then it pulled out like skill 1, skill 2, or educational institution number 1, educational institution number 2, and then it put it into the template that we'd made, and then we put it through text-to-speech, yeah?
So this like the Python magic that we refer to is like the ability to like provide some like templated sentences and then find an algorithm which produces a sequence of these sentences with the input extracted from the LinkedIn in a way that it sounds kind of like a human. In isolation, the sentences are pretty good, but together it was pretty hard. And the funny thing is that the output is kind of random now, so sometimes it's really good. I think this one was actually one of the better responses. We had much worse, so yeah, but this is how it works.
Yeah, and we think that, well, we know if we hooked it up to sort of like some neural networks, increased the amount of data, it's going to get better sentences, more accurate sentences. And also, we hoped that maybe LinkedIn could actually adopt it, because I think there's about, I don't know, 600 million LinkedIn users, and maybe 200 million are native English speakers, so there's 400 million non-native English speakers on LinkedIn that could probably use this service.
Any questions?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Don't forget your laptops, guys. Bunch of them. Good point. Thank you. Thank you. This is pretty cool.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So next up, we have Finland Works.
This is, by the way, not the same order that we were presenting our challenges. So hi, my name is Janna, I'm from Business Finland, and our challenge had to do with this huge data set from Helsinki, 1.7 billion rows of data with respect to people moving up and down, back and forth in Helsinki. I also failed to mention when I was presenting the challenge the prize actually, so the prize is for the winning team to get flight tickets to Helsinki, as well as then we will be kind of hand tailoring them meetings and other program during their stay. We had 13 teams participating in our challenge, so it was really difficult job for us to start selecting what was the best team. There were so many different implementations, different focuses on those implementations that we could have easily chosen, I think, any of the top 3 or 4 challenges that we had. But anyways, as the colleagues before us have been saying, we needed to select one in the end. And this winning proposal, I think, or we think when we were making the choice, was good in some senses. First of all, it had pretty good implementation with respect to, or from the end user's proposal, meaning people who are moving around and about in the city of Helsinki. It also had, it seemed to be at least very sound science behind it. We liked that. And also it was quite easily extendable to different stakeholders, also apart from the end users. So without further ado, please welcome to the stage the winning team Yachan. Come on in, guys.
Okay. Hello, everyone. So basically, I'm going to quickly try to describe what we are doing. So we asked ourselves, we have all of this data, but how can we make it useful, well, for everyone sitting here? So I'll describe a very familiar situation. You decide you want to go travel. Maybe you came to Budapest from far, and you've got a list. I want to see like 8 places today, maybe some museums, etc. But then you spend your day, and in the end of the day, you only end up seeing 2. And actually, the reason for that is most of your time you were standing in queues. And really no one likes standing in queues. So we were thinking, can we get rid of kind of this problem in a really kind of cost-effective manner? So there's kind of 2 parts of the problem. The first one is, first of all, can we estimate how busy a certain location is? And the second part is more like, can you estimate how long it's going to take you to travel destinations? And then you can build kind of a schedule for a person. So what we did is we have these signal towers, if you can see, the yellow or the white spots, and it estimates how many devices is at each location. And then we overlay that with important places, like let's say a museum. So at any point we can see how many people or at roughly, or how many devices rather, is at a specific point. So this was the first part, like I mentioned. And the second part is kind of like estimating, let me just zoom a bit, estimating how long it will take you to travel. And if it's a bit difficult to see, basically it tells you if you start there at the top, if you want to go to any location, kind of how long will it take you to arrive there. And then finally what it gives you is it tells you, and unfortunately we didn't have like a front-end developer on our team, but what it kind of tells you is if I want to go to the museum, I should either leave at 8 o'clock and my total time would be 16 minutes, including an estimate for the waiting time, or it would be, or rather leave at 10. So it's already building in that intelligence of like avoid 9 o'clock. And so the idea is at the end of the day, hopefully if you visit the city ever and this is implemented, you get to see more places and wait less. Thank you.
So any questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you think this? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I'm pretty loud anyway. But so, do you think this could be maybe better than, let's say, Google Maps? And if so, why? What advantage would this have over what Google Maps suggests?
So that's a good question. So I think what we were focusing on is we have better estimates of course, of how many people is at a specific location, and we're looking at it at kind of a different perspective. So we're looking at it as the people from the city, and not as Google. So we are trying. I think what we're trying to do is make a more pleasant experience for the city. So maybe yes, you can use Google to tell you if I leave now, I have all these options to arrive here. It's more or less this busy. But it won't tell you like, visit the places in this order. This is actually the best way. And the idea is to build kind of that intelligence. But yeah, good question.
Any other questions? No other hands, so thank you guys. So if it loads, if it does. So now it should work. You have to plug the converter for sure. Yeah, so the next company is Varian.
Thank you very much. I told the guys there that if Benta says Varian again, then I will say Junction. You saved that. Okay, so thank you very much, Junction. What we need to thank for Junction? We need to thank for Junction that at this weekend, the word got richer with a handful of guys who helped Varian to fight against cancer. And that was really motivating to work with those guys. You know, we got questions and we got really good solutions, and it showed us, it was a clear sign that the guys understood what the problem is. What the problem is if a kid is sitting in a waiting room and he has a cancer and he has to fight with that. And we got solutions which, first of all, was entertaining. We got solutions which teach something for the kids, and we got solutions which help to prepare mentally for this situation. That was really great. I would like to really thank for the Varian challengers, and actually it was really shit situation because we had so many good solutions that we called the boss just 4 minutes to 4 o'clock. The boss is sitting there, actually. We called them that, hey, boss, we got an issue because we have really good solutions. Do we have some money? Because we would like to spend some more money for a second place. And the boss said, are they good enough? We said, they are good enough. He asked, are they cool enough? We said, they are cool enough. Okay, you got some money. So therefore we decided that we claim for a second prize, which is 500 euro, and we would like to give this second prize to Los Alpacas. Okay. Good.
Thank you. Köszönjük szépen.
Gratulálok. Így van. Nagyon szépen köszönöm. Okay. Thank you. And the first prize goes to Itt sem poénból versenyzünk team. Thank you very much and congratulations.
Hello everyone. In the meantime, I think I just begin. So, cancer is one of the most vicious diseases in our time, and directly or indirectly, everyone must face it. It is especially hard for little children. So, they don't really know what's going on. They are those big, scary machines, and they emit some scary sounds, and they are just following the flow, so they don't really have control over the situation. And so we decided to accept Varian's challenge, developing a mobile app for children with cancer. And in this way, they can understand their situation and interact with the machines in a playful way. So they so they will meet some friendly tractors, and which we could show if we could. So just imagine them, but those few who visited us, they saw them, I guess. And so it's really important to tell them what the therapy are about and which possibilities they have. So they can also try out different therapy options based on different methods. So I could also show them if we could, but yeah, perhaps I should just have waited a bit. And okay, some technical pause, I guess. Well, so it's not just they can play around, so we will have to teach them what these therapies are about. So they are limited by the playtime of a session, so they can daily emit X amount of doses to the tractor they choose to cure, and they can do more. Sure, now we cut this off because it's really hard to show with a daily limit on a 2-day event. But finally, we have some visuals. So here are our logo. So let's just skip where we are. So these are the friendly tractors. They are saying some helpful or informational tips for the children. So they are all different. There is a nurse, there is an oncologist, there is a doctor, and so on. Here you can also see our main menu. We made some tutorials, but they aren't in games. They just read it right now, but we wanted to implement to the game so they can be learn it on more playful. And here is our game. So basically, it's a body with a lot of cells, but we just had to take a small piece of it. And the red cells are the cancerous cells, the green ones are the healthy cells, and the blue ones are the vulnerable and valuable cells, like the eye. You can't really put them into too much radiation because that will do too much harm. So the goal is to eliminate all the cancer cells while protecting the most green and the blue ones. You can rotate the emitter. That's in the left corner, and you can also pump up the radiation, and that way it will affect the cells faster. You can also switch the radiation, so it's the gamma radiation. We can switch to the electron radiation that only affects the outside of the body, so it doesn't really affect inside. And there is proton ray. The proton ray don't affect the outside, only takes effect in the inside. So if you have to radiate something behind the eyes, you can use a proton ray, and the children can learn that. There is also a special button that's for the Varian Flash. That's a new technology under developing. So we just made it into the game. That's like a superpower now. So if you press that, that will find the most cancerous growth, and it will eliminate that. You can only use that once in every session. So there are some other helpful notices, and I think we are finished. So we just so we really enjoyed the challenge, and we are glad to have the opportunity to develop our really first mobile app with Unity. And we also hope that this app will help children understand that what's cancer, how will the therapy go, and that way they can regain control over their life. So thank you.
So the next company is OTP Bank.
Thank you. Well, after these 2 days, first of all, I have to say thank you because it was great to be here with you. Thanks for the organizers. And I don't know if anybody already told you guys, but you are fucking amazing because we had expectations when we came up with the idea of what to bring here. We said that, okay, we would like to have a recommendation engine for ATMs, and we saw that, well, it's not bad, you come up with ideas, and basically you will change our mobile application. However, and it convinces us that the community is always better than we can ever be in a firm. Because you came up with ideas on changing and making some sort of revolution in how ATMs are working. And that's great. So we knew on Friday, because we had an impression from the questions that it will be really tough to select the 3 winner team. And you gave us really tough minutes when we had to decide. We created a matrix to somehow wait. And you know, we didn't want to, let's say, just give a kind of better opportunity for the latest team who had the opportunity to present its job or work. Based on the matrix, the 3rd place. Okay.
No worries.
So yeah, you can see the prices. So who will have a smartwatch? Is there the team? Okay, Codemates. Congrats. Come here again. Yeah. So congratulate. Your solution, we really loved it, and hope you will enjoy the smartwatch when you are heading for a OTP Bank ATM. Thank you very much. The 2nd place. Yeah, please go ahead. It's undefined. It's not a mistake, it's really defined, but it's undefined. So guys, amazing as well. You did a really good job. Thank you. And I have to tell that each of them had a working solution into this. Amazing. And the first place, and they will show that they solved the concurrency issue, that they really impressed us, that they shown on 2 mobile applications that, okay, if I already have the intention to go to an ATM, then another's recommendation is just changing. And they also put some sort of revolution in the way how we are treating and how we are dealing with cash withdrawals and cash deposits. And the winner is Funduck. Oh, I was worried that you left because you don't believe you can win, but I'm glad that you're here. Congratulations, really good job. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry that if you didn't prepare yourself for presenting this, but you have. Could you please bring it? Yeah. So the first prize is a drone for every teammate. The second prize was a sport camera or action cam, and the third prize was a smart watch.
So let's see the presentation.
Okay, thank you. Let me hand over the microphone, and thank you guys.
Who's going to speak?
Yeah. Ты начнём, потом я. Да, давай. Держишь, ну, Лера, съем подержи.
Yeah, so let's start with a funny story. And actually, like, it's not the story that everyone was taught like in the pitch practice, and it is a story that actually happened to me last summer. Yeah, I was planning to go on a date with one girl. So when I was leaving home, I didn't have cash with myself. I had only my bank card. So I had to choose that. There were 2 available ATMs, but I had to choose one because if I tried both of them, I would be late on the date, and it's not the best thing to do, like on the first date. So I chose one. I was going there, and when I came to ATM, it was said that they don't have any cash left. And I was like really frustrated, but then I thought, oh, okay, it's fine. Then I went on that date, and we were like sitting in the restaurant, everything was fine. And when the time came to paying bills, they said that they don't accept credit cards. Actually, yeah, the girl just paid it. But when we left the restaurant, I have never seen her after that. And I never came back to that restaurant again. Yeah, so that was the real problem that happened to me, and OTP Bank is trying to tackle this problem.
So we defined that problem in OTP Bank is not only a queues near to the ATM, but also the lack of the cash. So it's like a lot of assets customers, and we defined to create a search algorithm that will consider all these factors. It will consider whether ATM has a function of deposit, because not all ATMs have it, and next factor is remaining cash. If there is no cash, of course, this ATM will be shown as unavailable. Next is potential queue. I'll talk about it later. We just calculate how many people can be there in the particular moment. It means that we have OTP Bank has provided special data, like how many customers were there, and we just calculated and analyzed it, and through special formula. And our interesting solution was giving a QR code. It's both convenient and time efficient. After choosing your need, like a deposit or withdrawal, you'll get a QR code. ATM will have a QR reader. Then you can QR code is it's secure, because you should provide your PIN and provide your like a phone password. So you just go to the ATM and show your QR code and get the cash, or just give it. Next is our backend. It was based on the Python asynchronous app written with help of Tornado framework. We used MongoDB database because I think that people who knows it can understand. I can say the same words about it, that the whole data is divided in the little chunks, and each server has independent right to manage these chunks. So if one server will crash, it will not affect on the other servers. And also it can be scaled to the next scales. Also, we used algorithm that will count how many time will the way and the queue take from you. It can work offline because it's based on the data that was provided by the bank. It doesn't require real-time data. So if you doesn't have access to the internet, it's not a problem for our app. And also, it can be substituted by the real-time sensors. It means that if you need more precise information, we can just put maybe camera or another sensor to make our data more precise and to provide how many people are standing near to the ATM. So we can demonstrate our program, right? Yep. Okay.
So, does anyone have any questions? Any quick questions? If not, thank you guys. So we still have 2 partners left, but before we jump into there, we just had a question yesterday on Slack, and I have to ask you just to cheer you up a little bit. Do you guys like beer? Come on, guys. Is that all? Do you like beer? Okay, we will do better than this. Well, actually, after the opening ceremony, we will have some beer around the house. But before we jump into this, we still have 2 partners left and also the community winner. So please welcome on stage Bosch.
Thanks. I try to keep it short. Thank you for the organizers for letting us being here. And thank you for you guys for choosing this challenge. Well, back to the challenge, it was a late sensor fusion. It wasn't an easy task at all. And what we did not want is a perfect solution. So what we required is rather your thinking, your perspective, your reasoning behind your idea, and of course the accuracy score just to have some objective measure as well. So based on that, our winner, who got the Bosch gift bag and the chance to come to our Budapest location, the R&D center, and see how the automated driving research and development works at Bosch, is the Evil Panda team. Congrats, guys.
So, hello. Our team name is Evil Panda. So, nowadays, self-driving cars becomes a very hot topic for big, innovative companies because it is a future of transportation which should prevent car accidents caused by people, so by human. And what self-driving car is? It is a, of course, car with a bunch of different sensors like lidars, cameras, radars, etc., GPS. And what self-driving car should do is it should take all this data and use it to send to perception model. And a perception model should detect some objects, and after that, these objects should be sent to decision-making model. So that is why the perception model is very important, and the idea is to use all the sensor data very efficiently. So it means that we have to create a very robust perception model. So, and this perception model needs sensor fusion mechanisms. So it means that it should take data from different sensors and understand the environment using this data. So my teammate will explain all technical details.
Yeah, hi. So as an input, we received from the organizers 2 kind of data sets. One is training, which has predictions coming from LiDAR and camera. And second one is a testing data set without ground truth. So we started everything from analysis of training data sets. So we wanted to compare, to analyze what is in ground truth, whether predictions match with ground truth, and so on. So we tried to analyze the predictions, bounding box correspondence, like parameters of the cars, whether predicted parameters match to ground truth ones. After some time, we looked at 3D features of predictions, and we figured out that 3D features like height, width, and lengths, orientation of cars, and direction or location of car from predictions almost at all doesn't correspond to ground truth predictions. So we figured out that predictions coming from some predictor are not correct in the terms of 3D features. So after that, we just kept working only with 2D bounding boxes, and we filtered out only 2D bounding boxes. So first way was to threshold, to filter out bad confident predictions from camera and LiDAR. So if camera predictions were not so confident, we removed them, and the same for LiDAR data. Second problem was, as you can see on the left picture, that LiDAR can give multiple detections over one object, and camera can give multiple detections as well, and we need to keep only one best corresponding bounding box over each object. So, and we applied non-max suppression method, which is coming from classical computer vision. It just calculates areas of intersection between all bounding boxes, and also takes into account confidence values. And so after this step, we had as an output only one detection per object. And as a last step, we also filter out wrong detections. By wrong detections, I mean those who has some meaningless values in features like negative pixel coordinates or too much height for the car. For example, 10 meters height of the car is not doesn't make sense, so we filtered out such kind of predictions as well. And after these steps, whatever we got, we submitted it, and seems like we won the competition because it was leaderboard based one. So that's it.
Thank you, guys. Any questions from the audience? Someone? No one. Okay, thank you, guys. Don't forget your prizes. So next up, we will have MLH. They brought their special prizes for different challenges, so please.
Hello, everybody. You're almost there. Well done. It's been a long weekend. It's been an absolute pleasure to be here. One quick notice, if you have borrowed any hardware from me, please bring it back. I have to fly back to the UK later, and if I have a bunch of foreign driver's licenses in my bag, I might get some weird looks. So please bring back your hardware. I'll be back at my table after the closing ceremony. So without further ado, we have a couple of challenges that I'd like to give some prizes for. Our first one was for best use of Google Cloud. What we like to see here is kind of interesting and unique uses for Google Cloud products. So this team, they used the Dialogflow API to create a chatbot. It was a really good product. They also made some really good headway into an augmented reality solution, which I really liked. So the winner of the Google Cloud Challenge is Hobmates. And congratulations, you have all won Google Home Minis. Next up is our Blockstack Challenge, which is a blockchain API. So one of the mottos of Major League Hacking is learn, build, share. That means we want people to learn new skills, we want people to build cool things with those skills, and we want people to share those. So this team kind of fulfilled that whole motto for us really well. They dived into a technology that they had never used before. They gave it a go. They created a small product with it. So this team, the winning team of the Block Stack Challenge is Guess Who? So you folks have won yourselves some headphones. All right, well done, folks. And lastly, we have a prize for best domain name. Now, a lot of people came to me and said, Ailey, what is your idea of a good domain name? And I said, I'm a geek and I like puns. So the winning domain name was hairdressersofThanos.online for TBD. All right, thanks a lot. That is all from me. It's a great pleasure to be handing over to the final community prize.
So for the community prize that everyone's waiting for, actually, have you guys had the chance to check out a lot of different solutions? How many solutions you've seen? I don't know, raise your hand. I don't know, 5 fingers on each hand, so 10 or something? You had 5, 10, 11. No, 11, it doesn't work this way. So what we saw is that we had like 1,500 different reviews. It means that one of you went to a booth and evaluated one of the challenges. We had 80 different teams to evaluate. So this is like a great number. Also, this community review gives you guys the chance transparently to evaluate the others, gives the honor to the audience to decide which one is the best team. So the prizes for the community winning is 1 million Hungarian forints, as I mentioned before, and also a free trip to the main event to Helsinki, a paid trip, and MLH Golden Badges. But before we go in, let's just do some little rumble so we can figure out who's the winner. Ooh. So the winner is Shooting Stars. Jó, ez mindegy. Csak csináljátok be ezért. Cool.
Na, ügyesen. Oké, meg tudod húzni? Te lesz veled segítségem.
Okay.
And the resolution is okay too. Wow. Okay, so let's start. We are the shooting stars coming from Szeged. This is the southern part of Hungary. We are choosing the Finland Works Well Challenge, and we would like to add some details about the challenge. As you know, that we have some points of interest which represents the Bluetooth beacons. We got these data, and we would like to do something with it. They don't have any constraints about this. So let's get it started. Joel, please. Okay, the main idea was that we can check the average human behavior, like how does an average person life going in each day. So we use a questionnaire when 1,000 people ask that how an average day is spent. So as you can see, there is the person and the different kind of activities according to the time on the top right corner, and these people are using their standard daily schedules. So we have the points, we have the people, so we would like to connect them. So the base idea was that there is a beacon. We know that some people are there or not, or how many, and want to connect that if the location of the beacon radius has, for example, a restaurant or some kind of service, we can predict according to the average daily schedule of the people that what they are doing in that area. For example, if there are the restaurants and you see that the time, for example, noon, and for example, there is 70% chance that they are eating that location. So that was the base idea. So you can imagine everything. Or for example, if there was an API which we get the places about these restaurants and or any services, and we can count, for example, the number of places in a restaurant, and if the prediction is higher than the number of the places, there is a entrepreneur chance that there is a demand on that field, and it's worth to open some kind of business that area if there is demand on there. So that was the main idea. We would like to also see that how the events work in Helsinki, like for example, there is a festival or some kind of expo, and how it affects the load on the city, because these circles represent the numbers of these beacons activity. Okay, we get some regular temperature data. It was only just a little sketch because somebody just uploaded that for that Slack channel, and we just use it. And of course, we just see the daily load of the beacons. So nothing special, but maybe a good point for anything which you can imagine. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Any questions to the main winners? No one. It was just so amazing, so no one has questions. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So while we're preparing the presentations, let me just tell you that we will have a photo booth in the main area, in the bigger room right next to us. So we'd like to ask all the winners to go there, and so we can take pictures of them. And also after the closing ceremony, we'd like to go into the main room and take a huge group picture with all the 400 participants that we have around. So we didn't do too much advertisement about Tech Embassy, but you might have heard that we as Tech Embassy organize JunctionX Budapest. So what is Tech Embassy? Our vision at Tech Embassy is to create a platform for developers, for you guys, where you can upgrade your careers to the next level. Let it be career advices, mentoring, different hackathons, developer competitions, workshops, whatever. So next year we will organize 25 different events. We'd like to invite you to every one of those. We will organize JunctionX Budapest as well, so hope to see you there. Okay, so I've mentioned you the beers. So we will have beers in the catering area, but first things first, let's just do the big group picture. But before we jump there, let's raise it up for all the winners of today and all the developers who put in their efforts, their time, their weekend basically, and we really hope that you learn from this. So thank you. And let me just ask another huge round of applause to all the partners, because it wouldn't be possible without them. And last but not least, let me just thank all the organizers who made it happen. They've been working on this for like half a year. Currently, we have 30 volunteers on stage or on premise. So please welcome them. Thank you, guys. So let's just go into the main room and take the big picture. Thank you.